Savannah. I've done it. Right, hello. I'm hoping that you can hear me. I'm just going to get Savannah to check it just to make sure that I'm live, which I hope I am. So, Savannah, can you hear me? Hello everybody. If you can hear me, please do say hello just to make sure that I'm live. I'm just going to double check. Savannah, can you just check I'm live? Yes please. And if I've got any sound. Okay, I'm just going to turn you on, but I'm going to put this screen on so that we can see. So hello everybody, hope you're okay. I'm hoping I'm live and I'm raring to go, ready. I can't see any messages yet coming up. I'm hoping that it is going on and that it is there. Oh, hello there, how are you? Hello. I was thinking I was going to be on my own, so thank you for joining me. I'm really pleased that you're all here, and I'm going to be joining me. I'm going to I've changed my camera angle, so I've got my comments over here, but I'm obviously there, so if I'm looking that way, that's why. It's just I'm going to move my comments there. So brilliant, you can all hear me and see me. That's fantastic. So today what I thought we would do, so excuse my very messy desk, let me move my phone out of the way. I thought that we would use my tag dies that I've got and use up all the odds and ends of our scraps that we have left over. Now I've got quite a few bits here from Graphic 45, and this is the Alice's Tea Party pack. I love it, I have to say. It's one of my favourite collections of theirs. So I did something yesterday where I showed you how you can use my photo slots dies to make sort of a little tag book. So I thought that would be a fantastic thing to do, and really quick. Hello Monica, how are you? Thank you ever so much for joining me again. Hello, yes, you hear me yesterday. I thought, hi Linda, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I thought I'd have a go on YouTube and see whether or not I'm trying to see which platform is, the best to do. So I thought I'd have a try on YouTube, because I haven't done YouTube one yet. So I thought I'd give it a go. So yeah, as I said, we're going to use my tag dies, and they're the slot dies. And I meant to bring up a package to show you them all packaged up, but as it happened, I had somebody hasn't received their parcel today, so I was trying to deal with that. So things just then, the time just ran over. So hi Paul, how are you? Oh, thank you. Yes, I thought I'm going to use all my scraps from the Alice's Tea Party to just use it up. But I wanted to showcase my dies as well, and I thought what a brilliant way to do it. So I'll stop waffling and we'll get on and do it. So It's been a lovely day here in the UK. Really hot. So hopefully the weekend's going to be hotter as well. I know. Alice's tea party is just the best, isn't it? So I just need to get myself some black cardstock, and I've got that here. So what I thought we would do is maybe do we'll cut some of the dies out, so cut some tags, and then what I thought we might do is maybe decorate a couple of them, and then we can maybe do some fussy cutting and just have a general chit chat. So if you're crafting along, then just craft along, and we'll have some fun. So I'm going to cut 2 of these out at once. Now these dies they will be able to cut 2 out at one time. So well, sorry, when I say that, 2 of so if you double up your cardstock, you will be able to cut the 2 of them out. Now that I won't get that one on. Now these are the layer dies. So this one, I did measure them last night, but as usual I can never remember measurements. I have to write everything down. Hi Linda. I'm good, thanks. I'm on my sewing machine while watching. My daughter is off to see Harry Styles tonight and needs her trousers hanging out. Well, the things like that, things that us mums do. Oh, how exciting. Sorry, this is so squeaky. I'm going to try and do it really slowly. Oh, I hope she has a really good time, Linda. And at least she'll know that her trousers will be nice and pressed. Oh, hi Leslie, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these out just to get quite a few things on there. So we've got quite a few bits to decorate. Now I'm not going to decorate them all, but I want to be able to put quite a few on. So I'll probably do about 4, maybe 6 or 8, because I'm doing it in packs of, in ones of 2. So there we go. So we've just, I like to go a bit old school now and again with the die cutting machine. I have got the bigger one. Well, it's like all of us, we've all got loads of die. We must as a nation, we must have a addiction to buying so many different die cutters when we know that one will work. So there we go. I've got this one. I've got the one, a Sizzix, the Sizzix big one. I have the Sizzix electric one, and I've also got a cut and boss that I've had for ages, and I had 3 Geminis, but I've sold one of them. So oh hi, my first time live tomorrow. Oh lovely, well it's nice to see you, brilliant to have you here. As I say, I'm quite an informal live. I tend to just kind of go off on tangents and just chat away, and I love it if people are crafting along as well. That's really good as well, and you can talk about your crafts and things. So yeah, it's just very informal, and yeah, I just like to chat while I'm crafting. It just makes the time go quicker, and it makes me then have to actually get on and do work rather than trying to procrastinate and do like what I'm going to do and things like that. I've made 3 of the baby books when you made. Oh, have you? Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's really good. Those ones from Crafters Companions were really nice, I have to say. And I think I have that book here somewhere, because I was looking at it the other day. Hold on and I will find it. Yes, I have it here. So was it this one that you made? Let me move this out of the way. It's got stuck. So it was this one here that I made. So as you can see, it stood the test of time. We must have done this one last year sometime. I really like this book, I have to say. It's really nice. I loved all the little tiny bits that I put in it, and all done with just the one dice. I think it was a couple of die sets in there I think I used from there. I don't know what sort of collections it is. Ah, thank you. Ah, you're very welcome. Ah, that's lovely. I would love to hear that. So that was the baby book that we made, and as you can see, it's still all nice and stuck. It's coming away a little bit, but I mean, it is quite old, and I do keep turning the pages and things. So yeah, I love that one, and it's nice little size as well, which is good. So how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do 2 more, but I may do this size now. So I'm going to do the outer edge. This, I love this die. This one here is my favourite. Now, where did I put? Now it's there. So I'm standing up tonight. I may sit down in a moment. I'm sorry, I'm going to move that over there in a second because I keep looking over there and I feel as though I'm not looking at the camera. So I think I'll move my camera back. So just excuse me just a second while I just move everybody over here, and that will be better. And then then I'll have to look over here to look at my messages. I think that's the best way. I was trying a different way of doing it. So I'm going to cut a couple more of these. Now I have to cut these ones on a bit more, so you don't get as many out of your paper for this, because I think it's because of the tails and things that it doesn't seem to work. So there we are, we've got that there. I joined late, so missed. What tag dies? Oh, right. These ones, Leslie, are my tag dies that are in my shop. So tomorrowmortoncrafts.com, and they are photo slot dies. Now, I could very, very nicely ask my daughter to go and pick me a packet from downstairs, unless you don't mind waiting for about 30 seconds and I'll go and grab them. So if you wait, I'll go and grab them and then come back. But you will hear dogs. I will say you will hear dogs. So time me and I'll get them. Told you would hear little doggies' footprints. Hi Monica, how are you? Made my first hour watching your YouTube videos using your memory book dies from Tonic. Still have to finish the cover, so making paper beads is on the list after last night. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, aren't they good? I put mine on. Let me grab that book. So excuse this because I've put it all away. So that's my book dangle, and there's one of the paper beads that we made last night on there. I'm going to put the other one that we made on this side, and yeah, so, and that is now set fully and it's not going to come off. So yes, I really enjoyed doing that. Monica, did you have a look for different patterns that you get to make the beads up? You must have a look because there are lots and lots of different ones out there. Right, so I've done a couple of those. That's fine. I still need this. But, right, sorry, Leslie, these are my dies, my very own dies that I've made. So, woohoo! So these ones are, I've called these snap-on photo tags. Now, you get the matte and layer of these dies. So you get 5, there's 5 dies in here, and they fit a 4x3 photo map or a photograph in there. So you've got the slots that die cut out, and then you can fit your photograph in them like so. So this one I've matte and layered on here, and then fitted this would pretend this is your photograph on there, and then you can also do it on the back or leave it plain. But this one I didn't matte this one, I just left this one plain as it is, but put in an acetate sheet and put from my other stamp set. I've got a stamp that says photo template. There we go, you can just about see it there, photo template, so that if you're gifting your albums to people, you can maybe do your sizes of what photograph goes in which part of your book. And I've just put that in there so they know that that's the photo template that was going to fit in there. Now if you didn't have the stamp set that's got the photo template, you could use now these ones, please excuse these ones are my own ones, so they are a bit well worn. So you could use the picture perfect ones and put them on there as well, so that they know that that is that size photo. I was trying to think of things that we are all going to use as album makers, and it was trying to make us what as easy as possible for us to use, and how I think I want actually what, let's put that right, so what I would like to put in, and what would make my life easier with making albums. So that's why I did those. So with the tags, as I say, they are quite big. I did measure them last night. They are, I wonder if it's put it on the back. No, I've just said what they are. So it's a 3x4, but as you can see, you can use them on a smaller die cutting machine. You don't need the A4 size for these ones. And I say for these ones because watch this space. That's all I'm saying. But with the dies also comes a set of stamps. Now these are sold separately. Now these are also called snap-on, but these are snap-on photo tag stamps. Now these are based on an old style vintage luggage tag that you can you get. So I'll show you those in a moment. I'll get on with what I'm going to do, and then we'll do some stamping afterwards. So that's a bit of my spiel done. So let me get my plates out again, and we'll cut some sheets of this. Now I love Alice. I love this graphic 45. It is one of my favorites, I have to say. I don't know if anybody else is the same. And I got today I ordered the Make a Splash pad and the PS I Love You, and I was sitting and I was doing this. I was stroking them and sniffing them because they do smell really, really nice, I have to say. So I'm going to use this one, and as I say, this is just scraps that I have from when I did another project. So I'm just going to cut that in half. I'm not going to bother using my trimmer, and I'm going to put them like that, because what I want to do is I'm going to have some that are just, there we go. So I'm going to have some that are just the matte and the layer without the photo slots in, and then some where we've cut the photo slots out. Now that's disappeared. Do you know what? I always lose my plates. Oh, there it is. See? There. So let me just cut a few more of these out. Now I was actually going to cut these out beforehand. I know, I couldn't resist, Paul. They were just so nice. They really were. So I've got something planned for those. But I'm going to be so busy the next couple of months because I've just spoken to the lady where I did my workshop a couple of weeks ago, and the people that did the workshop, they loved it so much they want me to come back and do another. So I've actually now booked in to do an 8x8 and a Christmas. The Christmas one is going to be a full weekend. So if anybody's interested, the place that I'm doing that is called Fabric Paper Scissors, and that's in Gedney Hill, and it's about 10 minutes from where I live, and it's a fantastic space to do some workshops in. It really is. So that was that news. And then the other news is I was approached by another lady who wants me to do some kits, and to do a online workshop just for their group. So that's another thing. So I've got like 3 things I have to really get my head round and get sorted out. So I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to be busy up until Christmas. So yes, I love that paper collection. I have the first one, the first Alice in Wonderland 12 by 12. Yes, that was, I have that one as well from them. But this one, I love the colours of this one. I just thought they were so nice. Now I'm just going to cut these ones out, and then I'll go. I know it probably would have been better if I'd have used my other one, because I could have put 4 through at once, but I'm not rushing tonight. I'm crafting because I want to. So that I'm going to have to maybe put... no, that's not going to work. So we will put that one on. So this one is the layer die. I'm just moving it over. So put that in. And we push that through. Oh, thank you, Leslie. And now this is my error, not my stamp, not the die cuts. That's my error. I will do that again just to show you that they do cut out. So I didn't put it through enough. There we go. So there we are. See, and it's cut out perfectly. So now that's cut a bit on the wonk, but never mind. Right, so we've got quite a good selection, and the next thing I want to do is just cut out a few more of, or a few of these ones with the scalloped bottom, because we'll need that on the top. So let's take that one. Monica, whereabouts are you based, roughly? Because I have another workshop in the beginning of August, on the 5th, but that's in Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire. If you're anywhere near that one, that's at a place called Luby Crafts. Another fantastic craft shop, and Lynn and Lisa, the ladies that own it, are absolutely wonderful. They really, really are. Their shop is lovely. But I have a spare room if anybody would like to come. So I've cut a few of those ones out, and then I think what we'll do is we will then get on and start to put things together. So I don't think I need this, but I'll leave it somewhere accessible in case I do. Right, let me just look. You can still see I've got bits here from last night, look, from doing the paper beads. We can do some of those as well because they would look really nice on the jump ring. So let me pull this out the way and bring them in, hand them in, so we know what we've got. So now, what I said last night to the ladies that I was talking to last night, if you do the ones with the photo slot in, then, oh, lovely. Oh, that, yeah, I think that is a little bit too far. But if you want to come away for the weekend, you can always come and stay here. Transylvania, oh, how nice. Right, I'm just getting my bits together. So the ones that have got the photo slots in, that one cuts out, you can't see, right, I'll take it out. So that one cuts out the hole for you. I'm not going to lose that because I want that. So it cuts out the hole. Now the one underneath doesn't. Now, the reason being, and it was purely because of how much the dies were going to cost. Now, if I'd have had the top one, the layer die that was open, this one here, with a hole in, I would have had to have had all of that as a full metal sheet, and that near enough tripled the price of the dies, and it just would not have been cost effective at all. So we thought, okay, well, most people have got crocodiles at home, and we can then, once we layer them together, you can just use your crocodile or something similar and just punch that hole out. Yes, they are really, really good. They're really good price. They're on my website, Leslie, Tamara Morton Crafts. If you just put that in, it will come up. So yes, so you can just punch that out. But also in the die set, you get the ring the ring enforcers as well, which I haven't cut any out for this one, but I did cut out some last night out of white. Now I've done it where you get 4, so you cut out 4 at once, and that way, let me see if I can find that back here. So that's here. So that way, if you are doing 2 tags, you've got two sides. You've cut out enough tags to do, sorry, enough of your ring fasteners, enforcers, to do front and back as well. So they do work really, really well. And as I say, you can do it in different colours as well. So it looks really, really nice, like so. But if you didn't want to have the hole out, you can just pop in that part that you had had the die cut out, and if you pop it in correctly, you will paper piece that, you will find that it will hide it, so you don't even have to use them as a full tag like so. Now I have done it on my book over here just to show you. So this is the book we're doing on Twitch, and as you can, I've cut these ones out, and you can't even if I come up just a little tiny bit, you can maybe just about work out that is a hole there. If it bothers you, just put, as we say in the business, a butterfly over the top, or you can pop a gem on there if that worries you. But I can't, unless you're looking for that, I can't see that it's there. So it's a really, really good die to have. And they, as I say, we're going to trial the 4x3 because we thought that was a nice size to start with photograph wise. So if you want to make a big book, you can then just use the dies. If you want to make a smaller book, then you've got smaller photographs to be able to put in a smaller book. So if you've got one that maybe it's not even big enough for a 6x4, then these are going to be ideal. So I'm going to take mine out because we're going to put it in a ring, and I'm going to ink my edges because I like to ink my edges. Now I've actually packed the one that I love, which is the ground coffee, because I've got something very exciting to do tomorrow and Sunday, and I'm going to be taught. I'm going to a workshop. I'm going to one of Kay and Maggie's workshops, Cool Cat Crafts. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I've been to one of theirs already and it was really good. So I'm popping over there tomorrow because that is virtually down the road from me. That's about 40 minutes away, so it's not too far. Normally if I travel, when I go away on workshops, I'm traveling you know, hundreds of miles, so it's nice to be able to get up at a nice time and get there at a nice time. Now what I was going to do was show you something else quickly. Now what I tend to do is I cut out, or you can cut out your photograph ready, but if you cut out like a template one of your 4x3, just pop them through the slots like so and just push that down. They are little bit of a snug fit, but once they're in, and you don't have to, there's no bowing, and they won't come out unless you really force them out. So but the reason I've put that in, so this is just my template one, because when you look on the back, you can then see where your corners are going to be. Now if I turn this one over, when you've got pattern paper, the actual die cut slots become harder to see. Now let's see if I can find another one which there we go. So this one here, so when you come to glue, you can't really see them. So when you put your photo in, you can see where those are. So when you then come to glue, you're not going to glue your slots shut. Now as per usual, it always seems to gunk up, and I think my pins are all gunky as well. Now I have been being really, really good and keeping it in, but I think last night I forgot, so I think that is about right. Just I'll put that one in there. I've got a couple of these pins, so that one is probably a bit worse for wear now. So I'm just going to stick this one down like so, and I'm going to put it onto the black mat or layer. I never know which is which. I've got to go in the caravan, dogs to walk, so we'll watch the rest. I'll catch it. Okay, Paul, thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you. Enjoy your holiday, your caravan, and I'll speak to you soon. So I've just then put that on that. I don't know whether it's a matte or layer. I always get confused. If anybody knows, please let me know. So I'm going to put that on there. Now again, don't worry because I've got marks over that. That isn't what's going to be in there. That was just my template so that I knew where to put my glue. So that would be one of them. So then we've got the back to do. Now the back, I'm just going to, actually no, we'll put, now the back you can either put on a full sheet like so and then decorate that, or you can either then put another photo mat on there and then you've got a double-sided mat. But I'm actually going to put the mat, the pattern paper one on. So I haven't actually got a border around this one, but that doesn't matter because once we decorate it, you're not really going to notice. Now, if you didn't want to do that and you wanted a border, you could then cut out a piece of pattern paper and put it on there, which we could do actually. We could do that on another one, on another of the tags. So let's stick this one down. Now this one's got no photo slots on it, so we can just put lots of glue around. So that is on there perfectly, like so. And then I will just cut out or punch out that hole like so. Off you come. There we are. Just need to have just gone down just a little bit. Now it doesn't matter too much because we are going to put different ribbons, and we're going to put our jump ring around there. And then because I cut it out, she says, no, maybe not, but we can cut them out later. They go missing, don't they, all the little tiny bits. Right, we'll put that on before we come to put the ring on. So then we've got the back, so we can use, so to decorate it, we can use ribbon or any embellishments you've got. So sort of, I'm going to use some of this tonight. I'm dying to use this. I've had this ribbon and I keep getting it out and then I forget to use it. So I'm going to cut some of this out and we can use this. So what has everybody got planned for the bank holiday weekend? Because the kids are also on holiday now, aren't they? They're on half term. So it'll be, hopefully everybody will have such a lovely week. It'll be nice and warm as well. And I know I've got visitors coming on Sunday, or a visitor, should I say, is coming Sunday. To stay for the night, and that'd be quite nice. So I've just cut some of that out so we can add that there, but I need something here, so I might have a look what I've got on my order, because I've also got the stickers as well that came with it. So there's quite a lot of different things on there as well, so that we can utilize all of that. And this is just a great way to use up all those scraps that you've got left. And I mean, I've got these little cutout as well. So I'm just trying to find, that might be a nice one. Maybe not. Maybe this, nope, can't use that. So what about that blue? Got some, let's have a look. Oh, we can use those as well. I'm just trying to find something that is quite plain. Now I've also got a cutout piece, which is good, but I think I might go with something that's in here. And this is just a checkered, so I'll be able to see that on there like so. Now I'm not going to cut that down. I'm just going to leave that as that size, but I will make it a bit shorter on that one edge. There we go. Got to pause the video tomorrow. We'll watch later. I will buy your tag dies. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Well, thanks for joining me. It's been lovely to speak to you as well. So really pleased that you have come and joined me. And I've just noticed, I'm really sorry, Amanda, I missed you. So hello, welcome. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Yes, I've just seen it go up. So I'm really sorry, Amanda. I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm sorry. So Monica, I'm a teacher, and teachers in Roma have been on strike for the past week and still going. Just crafting plans, and then we are not marching in the streets. Well, you all, the teachers all over the world, you all do such a fantastic job. You really do, and you deserve all the money that you can get. And I used to be a teaching assistant here in the UK, so I know firsthand how hard it is to be a teacher. So I've just cut that down. Now you can, if you want to, matte and layer this, maybe put a black layer around just to make it. Let me see what that looks like. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it like that. Now you can use this as a tuck spot and have a small tag in there, which I think I may do. So let's just... Now I'm just going to put my glue just on the short edges so that it's going to stick down, and then we'll make some tiny little tags to put in there like so. And then we've got that there. Now I could make some die cuts as well, just to add to that. Have a look what die I did bring some over. So I've got some leaves here. Now these aren't my dies, but they are a lovely die set. Bring this up. And somewhere I did have some green. I keep all my odd bits as well of my cardstock and things that you use, because you never know when you might need that tiny little piece. I think when I first started crafting, I kept every single little scrap of cardstock that I could, and it was I had a little file folder, and they were all in there in colour order as well, so that if I needed that 1-inch square, then I would have a piece of coloured card to do it. I don't do that now, obviously, but yes, I think I ended up giving loads of scrap pieces to my local school. And this die, it's not seeming to work very well. It's not coming out. I needed to put a shim in there, I think, but that'll do. I just wanted I want a couple of bits. I just put, oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Leslie. That does really make a difference. Thank you ever so much. I will get them out. After my live, I will package your dies and things up and get them sent out tomorrow. But unfortunately, because of the bank holiday, you probably won't get them now until Tuesday. But if I get them sent out tomorrow, they should then be with you for Tuesday. It's nice to have a bank holiday, but then when you order things, you then have to wait an extra day. So it's not very good, is it? Right, so I've done a couple. I might just grab a couple more of the leaf dies that I've got. I want some small ones, which are over here. I should get a camera over here so that you can see what I see over this side, because I did put a video up of a nice tidy craft room, and I'm sorry to say that it is nearly getting back to how it was before. So tomorrow when I get back, I will have to have another tidy up. So I've just got, now this die here, I've had this die for years, but it's one of those dies that you just use and use again. And these are gummy pan, and they're really good for things like this. So I'm going to use some of those because I want some. I just want quite a few different leaf sets, I think. Maybe not those ones now. And I'll stick these ones on. Can't get it up for my nails. So we'll get these ones on. Oh, I can put those on as well. Now these ones are another die set that I've had for yonks, and these ones come from, the purple ones are dies from a company that used to be called Cheery Lynn Crafts. I don't know, Cheery Lynn Designs they used to be called, but you might have heard me talk of it recently. I was on their design team, and I was one of the first people in the UK to actually use their dies here, and they did some amazing dies, I have to say. They really did, and I loved this one here, with you just get lots and lots of different leaf shapes, the same shape leaf but in different sizes, which works out good. But I did sort this out. Just going to poke these ones out, and then we can put these ones on. I might even put, there we go, there we are. So we've got them out, and these, and I can just stick these down then. I'm not going to have these so they're coming off, but there we go. That one's not cut out enough, but that will do. So we've got some leaves, and we're using this one. So I'm going to use that over the top. Now what I do need to do is put that on. And these I can put just coming down like so, just to add a little bit of interest to them, like so. And then maybe put that small one, where did that go? That one can go maybe there, like so, just to give a little idea of some flowers and a bit of that, because you will put a tag behind it. Now this glue gun is so good, it does heat up really quickly. Now I am going to just plonk that down over the top of those, and then pull them up, and then just put some extra glue underneath there, like so. And then turn that off. What I'll do is I'm going to put some glue behind them, and hi Sue, nice to see you, lovely don't worry, no, yes, hi Spadette. Yeah, I wondered who you was, but I didn't want to ask, so thank you for joining me on here and on Twitch. It's lovely to have your company, it really is. And I hope that you learn something new every time. And I must admit, I'm enjoying just crafting along in my craft room and hoping that everybody else is crafting as well, and just listening to me waffle on, and don't then feel so bad and don't feel as though I'm talking to myself all the time and nobody's answering. So it's nice to have you company. So that is one tag, and again you can add your other embellishments on there. So you could add some gems. Now I love gems. I know they've probably gone out of fashion a little bit, but gems are really nice. They do add a bit of bling to your projects. I also like the pearls that you get as well. They are really good and add something special to your projects. So I'm just going to put a couple on. I like to do in threes, and then what I might do is have a couple up here, and you could have a smaller. No, we're going to keep the same size. So do I? No, I might just leave that actually, because it might interfere with that bit. So we'll leave that like that. So we've sort of done our one tag, and then you've got a photo on the back. So next thing that I want to do is get the stamps out so that you can see what they do. So these are the stamps. Now these stamps fit perfectly onto your tag that you do. Now with that, let me get them out. I'm going to use the ones that I've got open, she says. They're here. There we are. So I've got some already open. As you can see, mine are very well loved. I take off the plastic wrapping and then put mine in my stamp storage sheets as well, and they keep them all together nicely, and then you can put them stuck them nicely in your drawers or wherever you store your stamps. So with these you get, so I'll open these ones up so that you can see what you get. So in this is an A4 set, sorry, A5 set, beg your pardon. Get them out. I'm getting them out the wrong way. And you get 46 stamps in here. So they are based, as I said earlier, on the old style vintage luggage tag that you can get. So I've done the months of the year and obviously the days, 1 to 0, so that you can add your day, obviously your first and second, third, and then just added memory lane as one sentiment on there. Now you've also got these lovely icons as well, and a couple of boxes to put different information in. Then you've also got on this one 3 different borders. Now I will say that there is another stamp set like this coming very soon, next week to be precise, which will have more borders on them. So you then have got a lot more choice in what you do. So it'll also have the months of the year, but we used a different font so that you can swap and change if you want to, and that way if you want to January in this font but you want the numbers in another, you can do, because that's really trendy, having different fonts on your things, so that it does all work together. So how I do it now, if you've got a stamp platform, that's fantastic. I have a stamp platform as well, so I can show you what I do. But I've just used, or I laser cut myself, a gridded acrylic block. Now, most of us have got acrylic blocks, and most of them will have grid lines on. Now, I've got some here. Please excuse them, they are very well loved. See, these have got grid lines on as well. So that would be one of your probably a must that you would need for this if you want to get it precise. So I'm going to take these off and then we can restart again, because I think this is my favourite. Now I did the 13th of May because that was the date that I just did my workshop. So for this one I'm going to do we'll take these off. So I'm going to put these down and I'll show you on the stamp platform as well, so that you can see that they all work. So I'm going to leave the little envelope on there, but again, if you were doing a baby album, you would have, we've got little baby feet. If you were doing something for Halloween, you could put a Halloween pumpkin on, and we had to have the plain for if you're going on a trip and things like that. And there's a few others. There's Christmas, and then we've got some stamps, some hearts, and a bow, so you can then just mix and match. So I'm going to leave the heart on the little envelope on there, and I'll take off the big one and put the second one, the one with the hearts on, which is a smaller one. Now with this stamp set, as I say, we've only put in 3 different borders, but in the next one there will be more, so that you can swap and change them. So I'm just lining that up with my grid line just to get it in place. Now what I tend to do is, I'll show you in just a second what I do just to make sure that it is straight, and that is stamp it onto a scrap piece of card. So I'm going to put that one, and I'm going to put the other one on as well, so I've got 2 on there. Again, this is up to you what you do, how you do it. So I'm going to go August, and I'm going to just pop that there, and I'm going to do the 0. I hope I've got that right. No, so I'm going to go 0 and 5, because that's the date of my next workshop. That looks so 0, 5. Now just put them down. Now what I'm going to have is, I like this one here. So this one says places, date, places and people. So that goes underneath like so, so that when you turn it over, you've then got everything placed as you wanted. So let me then get some scrap paper, which I have here somewhere. Do you know what, I was just thinking to myself, it's got very dark all of a sudden, but I think what it is I've had a bulb go on my light, so that's why it's got a bit dark. Right. Ah, you're Linderella. Ah, right. Now I know. Ah. Right, so I know who you are now. Ah. Now what you will need is a very, very inky pad. If you're doing it this way, if you're using your stamp platform, that's not too bad. You don't need it so juicy, but I'm just going to give it a lot of ink, and then see, that's why we stamp it onto a scrap piece first. So I'm just going to line that up. Now I will cut this in a moment so I can show you that it does fit. So take that off. Now this is mainly just the way I've put it on. So you see here, this is not it. It's not too, this is straight, but this one is a little bit wonky, so that's why we then put it onto, we stamp it off first, just to make sure and then, but I might take that one off and leave those there like so, and then try it like that. See, that might be better. There we go. So you've then, so I know now that that's all nice and straight and raring to go. Now what I may do is just move this 5 a bit nearer that 0 like so, and then that should be okay. It is a tiny little bit fiddly, but I actually find it quite therapeutic to actually try and get it all nice and straight. So, and then it is customizable to whatever celebration or event that you are going to be making your memory books for. So I'm just going to cut this down at 3 by 4. Good job, I'm going to not use that side. So again, you don't have to put it on a 3 by 4. You could actually then use it on a bigger piece, and I haven't got any of my samples here. I've actually done them on a bigger scale, sort of a bigger tag, like a 6 by 4 tag as well. So they do work on a bigger scale as well. So let me just stamp that off. Now I always stamp, I don't know why, I always stamp at the side for some unknown reason. So I'm going to put this one here, push it down. And just make sure I've got it enough on there. Pull that off, and then that's your luggage, your vintage luggage tag. Now if you want to make it more vintage, obviously ink your edges, or do some lovely vintage techniques. Now I'm just going to add just a tiny bit of this just around the edges, just to make it look a bit more authentic. And or you can stamp in different color inks as well. That looks really nice. But then you've got a little tag, and you can put that on, say, on the back here. So take this out, and then you can pop this bit in like so, and then whoever gets this has got that on there to put their date. So they can write another date on there, so maybe it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so they can put that in there, and the place, whatever the photo is, and who was at the event, who was in the photograph, etc. So, or what you can do is stamp this onto the back of your photograph as well, and then people can also write on that, because we all take photographs and then we forget to write who's on them. And I must admit, I've done it before, and then in say 10 years time somebody says, well, who's that? And you think, wow, that was such and such. Was it? Oh, well, I can't remember. Or I've said it to my mum actually on old photographs that she's got, and I'll say, who are all these people? And she said, well, I know who that is. That's Uncle Joan, Auntie Joan, and that's Uncle Fred. But then you think, well, who are they? And you forget. So it's always nice to have names on there. So that's our one tag. I'm going to leave that like so. So we can just carry on and make our tags up as we go along. So I'm going to do one of these ones now, seeing as I've done that one. And let me see if I can find what I've done. Does anybody else have this same problem where they just get loads and loads of things out and then put it all to the side and then can't find any of them? I think that's just a given, isn't it? Yeah, it is true, Monica. It is really true. So this one I may leave blank, And we could then just add, if you wanted to, and didn't want to put the photo slots on, you could just add it to the tag like so, and that would be another idea to do. So, but I'm going to add it onto the back here, and then for one, it gives it, this will give it just a bit of stability as well. Oh, but that's nice. No, ink that side now. So stick this bit on, and then another thing that we can do is decorate the little tag. So if you're maybe doing something like a little ATC, although these are just slightly bigger than an ATC, you could maybe decorate them as yes, yeah, we do it all the time, don't we? And that's if we even print out our photographs anymore. You know, I can remember when I was little, and my nan had a red bag. It was like one of the old-fashioned flight bags that you had, you know, the really strong leather ones, or the plastic ones that you used to get. And it was sort of like a suitcase type size, and then you had the zip at the top, and you had like lots of different compartments in it. But she had a it was a patent leather, a patent, I think it was plastic, but or PVC, and it was red, and she had all these old photos in it. It was stuffed with all these photos. And I can remember when I used to visit her, I used to say, oh, can we go and get the photographs out, Nan? And she went, oh, okay then. So we'd go through them all the time, and I would say, who's that? And she'd say, oh, that's such and such, and that's such and such. And some of them would have had names and things on, but others didn't. And I think I've still got some of the photographs that were in that bag here at home. So I should really get them out and put them on in an album, shouldn't I, really? Yes, I think I might do that. So this one I'm going to put on the back, and although this was my error, it was the operator's error, I didn't die cut that properly, so I'm just going to chop that little bit off there, so just so that I can still use it. Now what I could do is actually put something over the top of that. Now I've got an idea of what I may do. So let me just ink these up. My phone, my watch keeps going off. It's pinging to tell me different things. So let me just ink these edges, and then we'll stick this on, and then I'll have a go at trying to, oh, I nearly didn't do it, take my own advice. So put the little template in like so, and then I can ink the edges. Excuse me. I can then glue the edges down. And then what I'm going to do, excuse me, is take where I've gone wrong there. I'm going to cut off a little bit at the top. I've got a bit of tickle. Ah, that's better. Excuse me. Oh. So, with that, I'm going to cut off. Now, did I cut? I'm hoping I cut another one of those. I did. So what I could do, although this one is just the same, I would have to cut it out again. But I could, at the top here, just add a little flap. So that one's okay. I could use that. And then that would hide that bit there. So let's have a go. It will all become apparent, I promise. So let me just cut it down to there. Hopefully I've cut that down enough. And I have. Now this is the wrong one, but it doesn't matter, because it's going to give it like a little hat, like so. I don't know if you can see that, although it doesn't look as nice on there as it does in real life. And I think what I should have done is use that one, but I can cut another one. So let me see if I can cut that quickly. And I'm going to use a different one. Let me use red. Yeah, let me use the red one. And I will cut it out of this one. So what I'm going to do is cut out that top part. It just goes to show that you can just use different... No, I'm going to have to put it that way. If you make a mistake, you can rectify it. Yeah. So I've got that there. So we could just add... So what I could do is take this out, put this bit on, stick it on like so. I hope you can see that. Now I want a little bit of advice actually. Can you, is this bright enough? If not, I'll need to get myself another light, but I need to see whether or not you think I've got a bright enough area to work in and you can see everything. So the eternal problem with double-sided paper, which, yes, definitely, they're both the same. I just didn't know which one to use. I'm going to use that one there. I know pattern paper is just, it's lovely, but sometimes, like you say, we just don't want to use one side of it. I wish we had three. It's okay. Oh, that's okay. That's brilliant. That's fine. I just didn't know if it was a little bit dark. So I'm just going to put that little bit on there and then hide that I've made an error there. And then what I'll do is this is going to fit in my little slots because I left the slots in, and then it will go in these slots down here. There we go. And then we've hidden that, so that just looks like that is a part of that tag. Now if you want to, you can maybe put a little bit of something across there, but I think that looks okay. I think that just looks like it's supposed to be there. So onto the back, so we'll leave that as that's. Oh no, what I was going to do was this, wasn't I? So let's take that out. Is that my size? I get so excited. So many ideas going through my head. Right, so what I was going to do was we were going to decorate this here, so you can add your pattern paper on top. So you could maybe do a matten layer, you could do some little stripes, which I think we might do, and then we can add some die cuts on top. Maybe we could add, so I'm just thinking, just try and think about what you would use as a if you were making a card. Really, this is just on a smaller scale. So I've just done that at 1/8 of an inch on there. So, and I'll just add some of the distress to the edges, like so, and then we can add that on there. Oh look, I could have used that side, never mind. I should have looked, shouldn't I, Monica, at the other side. I just saw the hearts and thought, no, I'll use those. Now I'm having trouble with my glue tonight, considering as I've not had a trouble with sticky glue for a couple of weeks. It's now decided tonight is the night. comes out a little bit and then gets stuck. So what I may do is take that off and just use the big nib just for the moment. I don't like to use it too much because it lets out too much glue. Oh, and look what I've done. Right, okay, let's go this side now then. No, I can't use that. Oh, see, that's talking too much. There we go. Right, I'll do it the proper side this time. Okay, so I've got the right side now to glue. There we are. So I'm just going to put that down, and then what I may do is, did we have any stickers that we could cut out? Let's have a look. I wondered if I might have had a few little stickers that I could cut out words. What about "You're Invited"? That would be a good one. So we could put "You're Invited" on there like so. And then I'm going to add a few of the gems, but I'm also going to fussy cut that might be a bit big. See if I can find a little Alice or something that we could, and some flowers, so I could fussy cut that Alice like so. Oh yes, no, we'll just fussy cut this one, and then I'll add something at the bottom. Now I don't fussy cut, my fussy cutting is not neat, so I then just hide it. I have a problem with pattern paper. Sometimes I just want to keep it, admire it, not use it. I know exactly. That is the dilemma of any paper crafter, I think. What I tend to do, and I can't believe I'm going to admit to this, is I will buy 3 sets, okay, of paper. Now, what I'll do is I'll use one, keep one to sniff and stroke, and if I need any more I'll use it, and then the other one I'll just put away just in case I need one. So I'll just buy 3 pieces of it. It's ridiculous, really. That is why I've now got no space anywhere in my craft room. But I've just commandeered a new, well, it's not new, we've had it for years, a bookcase that's in my hallway that you can't see it at the minute, but it's normally, you can probably see it at the back there if I turn this light on. So it's just at the back there, and if I move that camera around, just about see it just at the corner here, there, just there. That is a it's a tall bookcase, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves on it, and I had, what was on there was all my books that I've made and things, so they've now been put in my wardrobe, and I've now used that as more paper storage, because I'm running out of all my storage for my paper, because in this rack here, this is all graphic 45 from top to bottom. That's all my graphic 45 papers, and then I've got one in my bedroom that's the same height, and that's all Stamperia paper. And then I've got which is over, well, it'll be over that way, but your reverse, that I've got another tall cabinet that has got all my Minte, Ciao Bella, Bo Bunny, I'm trying to think who else, Scrap Boys, all those types of papers in there. Craft a Clock. Oh, I haven't even got to say where they are, but that's where all they are. And then I've also got in that cabinet there, that's also got in all my 12 by 12 cardstock, all my coloured cardstock anyway. But I say I've been crafting for probably nearly coming up to 25 odd years, and it's taken me that long to get to the stage where I'm overflowing. Ah, well, you'll have to come over, Monica. So I'm going to stick that there. I'm going to take off her feet actually, because I'm going to just chop them off because they are coming off the paper, but it's not going to matter too much. I might just bring you down just a tiny bit because I'm doing something small. Hold on just a second, because this I have to do it. I've got no zoom on my camera, so I have to enlarge the screen size so that it fits. So that's a little bit better. You can probably see a little bit more. I just have to remember to keep in that space. So that is that, and then I'm just going to ink the edges. Now, inking the edges, especially if you fussy cut and your fussy cutting isn't brilliant like mine, as I say, it's taken me years to get to that stage, absolutely years. So yes, I don't do much else. This is my big hobby, and I'm now trying to turn it into a bit of a little business that I must admit I'm absolutely loving. I'm loving it. But yeah, it's taken me years to get to that stage. I've also got 6x6 papers as well, which is here. That's all my 6x6. So I love paper, and I do get it out and think, oh, I might use that one today. Because I was thinking of maybe doing a live where we just use 6x6 papers for different things, which would have been a good idea for this really. But I thought I wanted to use up all our scraps. Now I've made a little bit of an error there, but I'm going to get away with that because I'm going to ink I've got the inks transferred to my cream card. So just to get away from that, I'm going to just ink these edges as well, and that's going to hide that. So what is everybody else's favourite paper brand? Have they got a favourite brand that they like to use, or colours that you like to use? I'm going to put that there, and some little flowers. I'm going to cut these little things out. I have to say, Graphic 45 are my most favourite, but I do like a lot of the Polish and Romanian, Greek. A lot of their pattern paper is beautiful, I have to say. I like Craft a Clock. They are a nice paper, as is Minte. They are really nice and really good quality as well. And Minte, I think, is more of a clean paper pad. And when I say clean, I think it's more of it's printed on probably white card. Oh, that would be cool. I've got loads of 6x paper. Yeah, okay. Well, we could maybe do something like that. Maybe I just want to if I finish these ones, so it won't be next week, it'll probably be the week after. We'll just get something out and we'll just make something, whether it's a tiny little Maybe we could use something like an ATC book or something. That might be quite nice. What does everybody think? What would everybody else like to make? There we go. So I'm going to stick that underneath, but that way, I think. So I'm going to stick it there. Or should I stick it at the top? I'll stick it there, I think, like so. Maybe put her over it, like that. What does that look like on there? That looks okay. And then here I might just put a few blingy bits. So I'm just going to stick this bit down, and then I'll put Alice on some foam pads, or we can even use glue, but foam. Oh. Let's take this bit off. This is probably a bit big, but we'll cut it down. I love using foam pads. You know what I want to do? Actually, I've not done one. I want to do a tunnel card, because I've never done one of that. A tunnel book, because I've not done one of those before. And I also want to do one that has a shaker on the front. I have done one before, but I don't know if I can reach it because it's right at the top there. I did a baby one. I'll get it down in a second, and I'll have a 2-minute break, and then I'll show you the one that I've done. Now this baby one I did probably about 10 years ago, so it's not brilliant, but it's okay, and I like the designs in it, the page designs. So we'll just take the double-sided tape off. Well, not the backing of this here. Now, off you come. One more. They make it look so easy when they do it on the TV, don't they? When it just pops off. So I'm going to stick her there. And now, should we add bling or pearls? Now, I did have loads of flat back pearls, but I don't know where they've gone. So bling it may have to be for this one. Oh, there we go. Right, let's just stick a few of these on. Have I got the big ones? Yeah. So I'm going to stick a couple of big ones on. I might do one big one and one up there, and then do a couple of the small ones. So I'll go small this way, and then another small one. So, do you know what? I wish that we were allowed to just play some music in the background. Just something, just a bit of noise. But I daren't, because of copyright and things like that. You get lots of copyright strikes if you use music that you're not supposed to. So I've done that. I might do another couple down this side. I'm going to leave that top bit though, because that's got that on it. But and there, and there. I had to worm my cats today. I worm them every month, and I hate it. It's awful, 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 awful. They just won't. You'll be right. Off to feed the cats. I'm just talking about mine. They hate it. They won't eat it. If I put it in their food, they won't eat it. They'll just not eat the food. So we have to be really mean and have to try and get it We have to try and put it down their throat another way. So we have to wrap them all up in big thing, and one of them does tend to bite you if you get too close. So it's stressful for her, it's stressful for us, but eventually we did it with a lot of sort of coaxing. We managed to get it done. So this is going to be going in, so you can either put it in your slots like so, and there we go, one. Now I've just realized what I've done, so that needs to come off and go there. See, this is what I do. I tend to do these things and then forget. There we go, but not too bad. I can get that in like so, and then what I'll do is I'll put this bit further up there, and then this one will go on there like that, and then this one can just go at the top there, and then that's sorted that one out. So there we go. So that then, if you didn't want to use it as a photo mat, you could then decorate it and then just add it into the slots like that. So if you want to change it, so you could actually do this as a month of the year. You could maybe do like January, February, obviously all the way up to December, and have them interchangeable. So you could do things like that. So that's the front. So on the back you could either then put your photo tag if you wanted to, or redecorate that, but obviously because we've done it this way, we'd have to do the other one the same way. So but I might leave that side blank, and then that means we've got 2 done so far. Sorry, it's just taking forever. I get into a little routine. I hope everybody's okay and they're still with me and just crafting along or listening or in the background. And I found this little reinforcer, so I'm just going to stick this one on here, and because it's out of a different colour, it's really going to make it pop. And you can also do the one on the back as well, but as I said, I've only got that one. I'll just do that one. So that and that is our 2 tags, or 2 of our tags. Now I've also got in here, I've got a little tag to do. So if I get some scrap black card, I'll just cut a piece out. So I'm going to cut it down to possibly, I can use that. So let's cut it down to, let's do a 3 by, let's go with 3 by 4, which is the, see if that works. Right, let me just take that bit off. That's not stuck. What am I like? No, so I have to do it smaller, which goes in there. Right, so see, this is what happens, you see. You do these things and then I forget that I've got a tag there. So let me just prise this bit off. If not, don't worry, I can leave it as it is. So I think I'll leave that as it is. There you go, another Tamara faux pas. But never mind, we could put it this way and have a tag going out the bottom. There you go. See, look, I've saved myself. So we could have it that way. So could we do that? No, that would be too big. Could I have it that way? So I'm going to cut it down to about there. So there we go. So you could have a little tag in that bit. So I've got a little tag one here. So I can just make my tag shape. And then I did have a little corner rounder here, like so. Maybe just put that back in my bag, and then you could put your little tag in there, and then that's another little tuck spot. I won't cover that, but I'll leave that like that, and then we can cover it at a later date. So that's 2 tags, and they're all different, and then they are going to fit onto my tag ring, which is here somewhere. Right, we'll find that in a second. We'll do another tag. I want to add some, so I could use that one. I want to add some lace as well to one of them, and a couple of maybe flowers would be quite nice. And we've also got these as well that we can add on, just some of them. So you could have maybe put that on the back there like so, and had that as just a thing. So we're going to use that one. And then we've got, this has got the photo slots in, so I'm going to use that. So have I used that side yet? Yeah, I have. So I'm going to use this side. So let's just do my inking. Oh, thanks, Sav. What time are we on? Oh, we've still got time. I might do a couple more tags, and then I might call it a night. I've enjoyed this actually. It's been really good fun, and I love these tags. They are so versatile. They really are. And I say, if you don't want to use the photo slots, you can just glue them shut. But as I said earlier, we are in the process of making some bigger ones as well. There we go. And then push that down. So that's one side. Then the other, I just had to make sure that that didn't have these slots in it, so we can put it on the back. So we're going to use this one. So I want to use some lace and things like that. So with that, I do like to add a tiny patterned border, not a big one, probably about, this is 1 inch by, and then what I could do with this is just fold it underneath, so that might be quite good. So we can just get a embossing tool. Sorry, I was just thinking one step ahead then, and just fold that round, and then you just take those down, and then they will be hidden like so. And then if you wanted to, then you could use that then as a tuck spot, which I'm going to do. And this time I'm not going to glue anything over the top of it, so that it stays open like so. Now with that, because that's bowing a little bit, when you ever put anything in, it is going to slide out. So to stop that happening, I will just run a tiny bit of glue just along that bottom edge of that strip. So it just means that I've only got a very small tuck spot, but enough so that it's not going to fall out when you put your tag in there. But this is not straight, so I'm just going to take that out. Now the glue that I use, just in case you want to know, is I use 3 types actually. I use pin flare, and I also use Creative Expressions, the, I can't even think what it's called now, it is the Cosmic Shimmer, and I also use the 3D sticks to anything. So this one here, this 3D PVA, it sticks to anything. It's really good, and it's really strong, and it does stick really quickly. And yeah, it's really good glue, I have to say. And as you can see, that's now stuck, and that's probably only been, I don't know, 10 seconds. So you have to be quite quick with that. So I'm just going to stick that in there like so, so that I know that that's there. Grab myself some ribbon. And I want some pearls as well. That would be really nice. Ribbon and pearls. Maybe not them. And I've got some butterflies. That might be good. Some of that. And cotton. Let's have a look. I've got some nice, lovely ribbon that I love. It's one of my favourites. So I've got a couple of bits here. So I've got some cotton lace. I love lace. It's one of my favourites. Another one I've got, it's got little hearts on it, and that's a really small one. But again, I used it the other day, and it's disappeared. So we can just add some lace on here, and just start to layer it up. And again, you can add different bits to this. Now what I also like to do, especially with lace, is I glue it down. Now what I use for my ribbon and things to glue it onto my things is this Fabri-Tac. It is pretty expensive, but this glue I've had possibly for about 4 years, and I've probably used not even a quarter of it, but it does go a long way, and it will stick this down no problem. But what I'm going to do with this one, oh, be quiet. What I'm going to do is actually, another thing that I like to do is add some staples to my piece and just staple down the lace. And that way as well, you know it's going to stick there and not move. Now sometimes I put like I do two, so I'll make a cross. So that's 1 and 2, like so. So you just make a little cross at the edge there. You can just see it just there. Come on, in your own time. Just about see it there. It's just not focusing. Then what I do tend to try and do is just tap down those extra, the backs of your staples, like so. And so then that is stuck. So what then you can add on the top of that, or just is some, I've got, these are your stringed flat back pearls. So I'm going to just cut that bit off there, and then I will add the Fabri-Tac to this, and I tend to add it to the backs of this, and just run a bead, just run some along. As I say, it will dry clear, but it will stick really well. So I'm going to not go over my staple pieces. So cut that bit off there. So I've added that, and then I'll see if I can find some nice flower die cuts of flowers that I can cut out. So I don't want to cut out of that one. And we did have some in here. Come. There we are. Unless we have got So I'm just looking to see whether or not I've got a piece that I haven't used, because I don't want to cut into that. What is on the other side? Oh. Actually, right, we could just put that on in just there. Maybe take that off. I know what I'm going to do. Right, take this off. Just change my mind just quickly, like you do. We can stick this there, like so. So what I'll need to do is just, I'm not going to use that one because it's not cut properly. So I'm going to cut one of these. And what should we have? Let's have the rabbit, like so. And again, this is not straight, but I will straighten it up in just a second. Something's not right with my trimmer today. So we want the rabbit. So I don't actually want any of that blue on there, so I'm going to take that off. So I'm going to take it off so that I take off just past that red line, because then I don't actually want the rounded corners on this one. So this side, I just need to take off that extra bit. There we go. And now I need to even up this side. This is where this trimmer works really well, because the little gully in between, you can then sort of gauge where it's going to cut. There we are. So I'm just going round just to cut I'll leave that bit on there. Cut this bit off. There we are. So then I'll leave that like so, and just ink the edges, and then that will disguise any imperfections. And then we can double back this one, and I need, oh, so this is going to be right 2 7/8 by 3 5/8. So 3 7/8, 2 7/8 by 3 5/8. I think that was right. Where did it go? There. Oh no, I got the wrong measurements, but that is just there. So this needs just 1 1/8 of an inch off, and then that can go just on there. I just want that border just slightly around there. I'll have to go. Sorry, it's almost midnight here. Can't keep my eyes open. We'll catch the rest tomorrow and have a nice weekend, everyone. You too, Monica. Thanks ever so much for joining me. And I will have a really good weekend. You too. I'm not going to be too long myself. I'm going to just finish this tag, and then I think we will call it a night, and then I will have to finish this. We'll have to finish this one next time I'm on stream. It's been lovely, actually. It's been nice to actually try and go back to my card making days, I think. And I'm so annoyed this keeps gunking up. Right. Plan B is another one. So let me just pull that out. Right, you will work, I promise, she says. Yeah, just. I think I might need to get rid of it's very, very fine tip on this glue. But we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so just add that on there, and then I'm going to put this on here like so, but I need to take off that extra one there. There we are. Come off. There we are. And then that can fit just on there. Now what I'll do is I'm going to add some of the foam tape just to the bottom. Like so. And I'll probably do just a few bits a little bit further up, so I'm going to just gauge it here. So that's going to be there, so we want it just about there, and that will hopefully be on that border part. So a little bit there. Okay, let me add that there. Like so, and then you can have your tags coming out that way, but then you've just got a nice little bit of interest there. And again, you can put little flowers on there as well. So I'm going to leave that in there because that's going to be my tag. I could put that one in there as well. And then add it to the back of this. So let me take that bit off. Right. Now this is going to take forever. I think I need to fill up my glue pot. Right, Matt. Seeing if I could take that off, but I can't. I might have to just cut it. Where did I put that other glue? No. Let's try this one. Right. Oh, there we go. Got it now. Just. I think it's where it's dried a bit further down. It's just not coming out. So stick that bit on like so, and then we've just got the back, and then what I'll put on the back is just a, if I've got one, which I haven't, I was going to just put one of the ones with the slots in, but I don't think I've got one. I'll have to recut one, but I just want to redo this because it was not sticking properly there. So 1, 2, 3, so that's 4. So we've done 4 different ones now, and again I've got the back there to do. So there's those. Right, what is the time? Right. Okay, it is right. So I think I might have a go of one more because I've got this one here. I think that was supposed to be the back of that one, wasn't it? As usual. So we could add, I'll add it onto here, and then we could just add a few of these on the side, because that's that side. So let's add this on, and oh, I'm having so much trouble with the glue. Right, let's push that up. Hopefully that might have got rid of that blockage. Okay, let's I really don't know why it's blocked. It's not so much that side, that's all fine. It's just playing up tonight. It works and then it doesn't. So maybe if I did that. Okay, right, I'm going to leave that now. I'm trying to get that in now, it's just not going in. Right. Okay, so this is going to go on here. And right, what can we put on here? I'm trying to think if I had any flowers. I might have some. Let me see if I've got some die cuts already done in my box. Right, these might not be the right colours, might not. So I've got, that might be too big. These are I sit sometimes and just do lots of die cutting, and these are just bits that I have that are just, that's quite nice actually. And what I could put in that is a I know, so I could use that, that's quite nice, with, where did I put them? Let's try them. These weren't the things I was thinking about. I have some, I don't know what you call it. It's like raffia, but it's not. It's more coarse. And you roll it up into a ball, and you can make flower centres with it. And I cannot remember. Sisal, I think it's called. Sisal. Which is really, really good. But I don't know where I made up loads, but I don't know where it's gone. I think if I had something over there with it. No. Right. So I'm just going to put a hole in here and then add some stamens. Now some of these have got little hearts in, which is good. So grab my wire and my really rubbish scissors, and you can use this then as your guide to put your stamens through, and put that through the middle and pull that up. And then what I'm going to do is add some lace and stuff in the back, and then that will be a good one. So this one we can then add, leave on, this will be our front one. Like so. Now that will, this glue gun is so fast, but it does leak. I wish they didn't leak. So that's there. Ow, ow, ow. So that's our flower. Now I need something in the background. Now this is probably going to be too heavy or too big, but that looks quite, would have looked quite nice if you were doing an album cover. But I've got some lace, so we can add some lace in here, just at the back. And this is a double-sided lace, so that can go there. I'm going to leave that so it's coming over, but I'll also add a few bits of, what else have I got? could use those. They're the wrong colour. Oh, what's in here? I've also got these. So these, now what I've done with these is, I don't know if you saw my live that I did last week where I used beeswax on the flowers, where you can also use UT on your flowers as well. So that's the ultra thick bossing powder in a melt pot, and you create a more of a glass type finish, so it's very, very glossy, but they work really, really well, although they're the wrong colours, but it would have looked quite nice. So I've got some, that might be another wrong colour. I thought I saw this, but I think that's not the right colour. That's quite nice though. We could, no, don't like that neither. I thought I had ones that thought there was butterflies in here, but there isn't. So okay, put that there. So I'm going to use that. So what I'll do is I'll put some, leave that on there. So let's put the Fabri-Tac on, and then I'll add the bits that I've got. I'm just trying to use the bits that I've actually got on my desk. So put that on, and then we've got this leaf and a few more leaves I had over here. She says 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 there. Lift that up. So that, and maybe move that down, put there like so, and so yep, I'm going to go with that. And then I've got some other bits and pieces that I'm going to use as well. So I'm just adding our glue there. Now this will need a lot of glue on this one because it is quite a big piece. Just going to move that around a little bit and add, nearly added it to the wrong side. Just add this extra leaf. I like to have a couple of leaves if you're doing leaves, just to add a bit of interest in there. I like to bend them as well. Now if you've got any mulberry flowers or anything like that, they would work brilliantly on this, and I've just thought, now I've got loads of them, I could have used those on there, but never mind, always think afterwards. So let's have a bit of bling, and I can put that there. That looks quite nice, so that's going in there. A couple of these. So again, I'm just going to use some hot glue, but you could use something stronger. That can just go in there, so that just see that little tiny bit coming through, and then we'll turn that off and add some sentiments. So we could take, let's cut this bit out. This says Alice's Tea Party, so let's see if I can cut this out, and then we'll add that on, and then this can be our front bit. As I say, I'm just cutting it out quite roughly. That's that. This, I can cut these little flowers out as well, would be nice, and just add them in the background there. And then I think we will have done 4. So I'll add that little bit there. But then you can just keep going with this and add and add and add. So you could use this as a little memory tool. So if you do a really nice layout on a card, you could recreate it here and on a smaller scale and just add it to your tags, and then you can always then refer back to them at a later stage. I sometimes used to do that when I did card layouts. I used to draw my card layouts out and then keep them and then refer back to them. If you get stuck for an idea, you can then think, right, hang on, let me look at that, and then you can see what you were gonna, what to do. It gives your mind a little bit of a jolt to remember different layouts that you do. So I'm going to stick that on there. Now I'm not going to put them, hopefully glue you will work. Oh, that was good. So let's turn it right way. Alice's tea party. That goes there. Make sure it's down right. And again, you can add some bling to that as well. I'm just going to chop out these little flowers here, because I do like these flowers. I don't know what flowers they are. Are they like a rambling rose? Or is it the climbing one? I don't know. Wild rose maybe? As I say, answers on a postcard. There we are. And now I don't have to be up so early in the morning. As I say, I've got a bit of a lay-in for a head over to Wansford, and I think it's in the other side of Peterborough. So where the Cool Cats workshop is, so I'm looking forward to that. So we can add that just down there maybe, so that just behind there, just to give that illusion of a bit more. Or you could put it down here over the top. No, I liked it at the back there. So stick that there, just coming off from that Alice's tea party. Now I'm going to add a bit more bling, so that I've got bling going through on all my, well, not all my pieces, but on some of them. I'm going to use that. So I don't know what I've done with, I used to have, I don't know where they've gone, loads of these pearls on a sheet. I don't know if anybody else bought them. When there was a company called Craft Central. Does anybody remember that? And they used to sell, lots and lots of peel-offs. Peel-offs were the in thing. And I have to say, I bought loads of them. Although there is nothing wrong with a good peel-off, I think. I've just added to that centre there, I've just added a gem, because I can't get 3 up there, so I'm going to leave it at that and just have them like that. I'll just make this a little bit smaller because it is just a little bit wide, but I'll leave that side there so that it looks, because I've got that there which shouldn't be there, so it could, no, take that out. Then I'll just need to do my hole like so, and then that's my next one. So that one I haven't done my hole, so I'll need to just put that together, and then I can snip through there like so. So that is 4 that we've done. Now I don't know what I've done with my ring. I did have it here. Oh, Tamara, where have you put it? Oh, if you saw my desk, it's everywhere. Oh, there it is. I picked it up. So, let's put this. So, I'm going to leave these ones there because I can add to those. And this is going to be my front one. And again, that can go on like so. Now, I'm going to add, just quickly, I'm going to add a few pieces of ribbon just to the top here, just to jazz it up a little bit. So I definitely want pink, and this is quite a nice colour as well, so let's chop this off. So you can just add, you can also add a little dangle as well, a little book dangle. Now again, I was hoping to get time to do them because I've got loads of Alice charms, but I'll just add one that I've got already, and then we can do the book dangle, the Alice one at a different stage. So just tie a few of these on, just to, so we've got different colours. I've got nice shocking pink, that'll do, and then we can go with the greens, and so get a bit of green, and orange, black, oh, that might be a nice one. What about that one? It's not too, that's got, we could try that one. Yeah. And what other colours have I got? I wanted some different ones. Red. Oh, we could have red, couldn't we? Because that would be nice for the Queen of Hearts. So this is an elastic red. So we could have that. Like so. And then the green. I'll put that in between. And I think I may even have, like so. So I'll chop those bits off because they're too big. And I think I might even have some other tiny bits as well. So put this pink on, as that will then pick out all the colours, the pinky colours that you've got in your paper. Like so. So there's that. Then over here I've got another little drawer, and this little drawer has got loads and loads of my offcuts of ribbon. So all the ones that I haven't got space for in my big drawer I put in here. So I've got that which I want. That one, not yellow, no, blue, that's nice blue, or that dusty pink, and maybe that one as well. So I'm just trying to find some different pieces of ribbon. So I start all my sort of tiny pieces of ribbon. I bought these wooden bobbins, thread bobbins, and I just put them all on there, and then they can sit. I've got a drawer, and they just sit in that drawer then. And then obviously little tiny things like this, they really do help, because you can use them, you know, you can use all your offcut pieces, all your tiny pieces on pieces like this. So I'm going to put this bit on like so. Now I know I've got a lot of pink on there, but, and then for somehow I don't know, I ended up tying that red piece. So I've got some blue as well, which would look nice, and some green, because I haven't got any green. And this is a nice ribbon. It's like a crinkled ribbon on the edges. I do like a good organza ribbon. Right, just chop that bit off. And then I've got some big pink ribbon here. And I might add a bit of lace as well, just to add that in. So this is quite a big wide one, so we'll put that one at the front. Like so. Move them all out. There we are. And just chop that bit down. And you just keep going until you've actually covered the whole of your ribbon piece. And then I was going to show you what it looks like with the book dangle on. So let me get this one off. This is just one I've made earlier, so you can then just put it onto your book ring, but I'm going to put it not at the front but at the back, and just there, so that it just comes across, so you've got it there, and it just looks really nice. So I don't think I've got anything else to put on there. Might cut that bit down quick, and that bit down like so. And then I think, apart from adding any more tags, which we can do at a later stage, I think that's me done for the night. And I must admit, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing these little tag things and getting out all my bits and pieces that we've got. And oh god, we can use buttons as well. I forgot about that. That would look nice, although that's the wrong colour, but that would look really nice on there as well. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 tags, 5, well 4, and then I've got some at the back there. But we've decorated them all, apart from that one on that side, and we've just added some very plain pieces. And I think the more I get to do smaller things like this, the better I'll get at it. So thank you ever so much to everybody for joining in and watching me and staying with me for so late. I didn't realise it's now 20 past 10. I get engrossed, I really do. So enjoy your bank holiday weekend, everybody, and enjoy the Monday off. This is the last one we've got now until August, I think, isn't it? So enjoy it. Don't work too hard, and relax and do lots more crafting. So until I see you, I will probably be on, I won't be on Sunday, or I may be on Sunday. I have guests here, so we may do a live together and we'll see how she feels. But if not, it will be possibly Tuesday now. So it'll be Tuesday on Twitch. So good night, everybody, and I will see you on Tuesday. Okay, bye. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. You're welcome. Bye, Linda. Bye.